Hello everyone, today I would like to create this particular look using actually a pretty old palette, but I think it doesn't make those palettes less beautiful because it's already the time passed, and I still think that this is a beautiful palette. It's not just a marketing or obsession. So if after some time I still think it's beautiful, so I think it's really beautiful then. And which palette I actually have used, you already see in the description. This is the palette from Jaclyn Hill from her Vault collection. It's kind of old collaboration with Morphe. This is the Dark Magic. Why I have chosen these palettes when everybody is buying Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes? So there was so many new palettes just recently issued, so I was kind of confused, and I realized that the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, which has been sold out and not available anymore on Morphe website, when I first time knew about those palettes, I recently realized that they're still available and you can buy them, and I thought, do I want them? And actually I looked them through. I looked to the price. It's not pricey. It's nice. I really want them. I want them. And because the color story of this palette is beautiful. Look at this deep blue and deep teal, the forest green in metallic, these two metallic shades. This chocolate brown is just stunning in pairing with these two colors. This interesting color, very rare color, and actually these colors, kind of dirty green colors, appeared in Metropolis Natasha Denona palette. So this is something, it's a beautiful color story. Let's take another one, because I was thinking to buy just one, and actually that was the yellow one, which I will show in a minute. This is the purple and pinks. It's a beautiful color story. She actually did a great job. She added kind of rusty red, pink with shimmers, metallics, which really nice appearing with two pink red metallic and true purple, and this dark shade is such a great match to all this shade. I mean, with the transition shade, of course. This is a red, brown, orange palette, a beautiful with the duochrome, with this warm transition shades with warm brown and kind of the purple undertone brown, which would be a beautiful look. And this is actually the palette when I first time saw. That was actually the first video I saw with Jaclyn Hill when she was creating the look with this palette, and I was shocked with only yellow, orangey, yellow tones you can create such a beautiful look, and I decided to buy that, but that time it was unavailable anymore. And also I bought this palette, which is very popular. She did a great job with this one. Actually, now I can see this palette in Pat McGrath, which was limited edition. Unfortunately, I missed, and I hope she will bring it back, that palette, the quad of this kind of shades. This shade, a little bit of repetition in her reddish tone palette. Like, you can have so many looks out of here. This is the warm yellow color to make a transition shade with a lot of looks you can create with the green, with the teals, with purple, with blue. There is some metallic shades, duochromes, the highlighters, for your eyebrow arch. This palette is stunning and it's very practical. You can use it and create a lot of beautiful looks. So I decided, and I heard that the pigmentation is very nice from this palette, and she had some problem with her vault. I thought that if it has been restocked, so maybe they worked properly on the pigmentation. So I created this look. I have to say that this is not a review. This is more about the look. And the pigmentation is there. I actually enjoyed, this is not the first time I'm using this palette, and I'm enjoying with the pigmentation. I haven't used all of them, so I will keep you updated. Let's dive into the look. I would like to use today Hourglass Veil Primer. It's a silicone primer. I don't know how I feel about this primer, and I would like to check. But the thing I like about this primer, it's easy to apply. You don't need to rub too much your skin. And the silicone, usually it gives you opportunity to even the texture of your skin, so kind of make it smooth and even. Even though I don't feel right now it did that job. The piece of glue from the previous makeup left on my eyelashes. I have some balm on my lips. I'll remove this balm before I will start apply my foundation. Today I'm gonna use my favorite foundation from Natasha Denona, the Face Glow. You have to shake it very well. There is 2 shades I'm using, 10 and 40. Both are neutral shades, but my skin tone is darker than the 10 and lighter than the 40, and she doesn't have anything in between. But this is a good point for me because I can mix and match these 2 shades to my skin. So I mix them and match to my skin what I need exactly. Either it's summer or winter, whatever. But you have to shake it well. Okay, I'm applying on the back of my arm. One pump is a bit too much. And it's kind of half pump of another shade, the darker shade, less than the lightest shade. So the lightest shade is the main shade. I mix it on my back of my hand and applying it like so. With my favorite brush from IT Cosmetics, this is Luxury Heavenly Lux, Heavenly Lux Complexion Perfection number 7. The complexion brush with the concealer brush on another end. I on purpose removed the balm from my lips because otherwise it will be stick to the brush as well and will be mixed with the foundation. This is what I don't want to do. I'm applying a little bit foundation on my dark circles because the foundation has darker shade than the concealer, and definitely it plays, and it has kind of warmer tone, so it plays better with the dark circles. And after I apply concealer, it looks much better. Even now I apply a little bit on my eyes, whatever is left on the brush, because I feel that I mix and make smoother gradient between two textures, concealer and the foundation. And the foundation I apply first. The reason for that is because I want this area to be smoother. I put a little bit here. I want one texture, especially on the nose when I apply the eyeshadows. I don't feel that it goes better when I'm applying the eyeshadow first and then I'm doing my face. I feel opposite ways better for me. At least at this moment it works for me better. I'm applying foundation on my neck because my neck is initially, like most of the time, neck is lighter than the face, and I'm applying the shade which is a little bit darker than my skin tone because I feel I have freckles on my face, and I feel like the darker shade on this of my face is a bit better than the lighter because I don't feel that pale. Okay, so I have a lot of foundation here left. I don't think I need it. I want to mix whatever is left on the brush. I don't add anything else because I don't want to affect mask. I want these areas to be very smooth and invisible as much as this possible. And I'm applying my concealer as a base for the eyeshadows and highlighting the under eye area. So I'm using the same brush but with another side of this brush, with the concealer brush. This brush doesn't blend as much as I wish, but it spreading the product where I needed to have it. And then I'm blending with this brush and blending it into the foundation. So it works really nice. This is I love about this brush a lot because both brushes works perfectly for this matches. It's pretty soft and it's pretty soft, it's pretty dense, but not that much, like I would say the Jaclyn Hill foundation brush JH03. It's kind of denser, but it's also soft. It's very similar to this one, but you can see that this one is thinner, so it's definitely more flexible, and this flexibility, it gives a little bit softer feeling on the skin when it's denser, so you have to press a lot. With this one you press in again as much, but you don't experience a lot of pressure on your skin because it's the brush by itself is thinner. I bought this brush as a recommendation from Andrea Makeup. She said it's a must-have brush. This is a brush to die for. And here you go. And I really love it. I tried another one, but I love this a lot. I always coming back to this brush. I'm trying another one, but then again this brush. Now I would like to apply the By Terry Hyaluronic Tinted Hydro Powder. I'm not happy about the packaging a lot, but it's fine. It works. So I'm taking this powder a little bit. Another powder I would take even less, but I need to set just a tiny bit of concealer. I like to set it. because then I feel that eyeshadows apply more evenly and I don't need to be afraid of it. So if I need it, just build it up, but you don't need to go too much. I feel this powder is amazing. I like it a lot. And now I'm gonna apply the powder underneath. This is actually the main purpose was to buy this powder because I don't want anything dry, and because I have a dry skin I don't need to make it drier. I need something just to put right here to protect this area and highlight a little bit this area before I'm applying my eyeshadows, and I found it perfect. This kind of applicator from Linda Hobeck. I will try the first time with this one. Okay, with sponge I feel more control actually. This is not for these purposes. I will start with the shade Puff with fluffy big brush. Just to create kind of base. A kind of transition shade which make the further application of any kind of eyeshadows very smooth and even and not too hard. The next shade is probably this is the name for this shade. It's pretty dark shade, so I don't want to be too intense with the shade, and I would like to go with small brush as Van Gogh's 19. And I'm taking just a tiny bit and dab it. So I want to go a little bit just to create depth with this shade. Nothing tremendous. Kind of, yeah, just a shade. Shadow. This is actually the transition shade with the color, with the pigment. The previous one was the pigment as well, but I mean it didn't show up. It was kind of a base shade, and this one is kind of a real transition shade. I like how it applies. Okay, this is my crease actually. Because I have a kind of hooded eyes, so I'm going upper than my folds, because this is not where my crease actually. To identify the crease I have to raise my brows and then blended it. And I'm just pulling it a little bit to my eyebrows, because we will put everything there to create a shape, the eye shape which I need. So now I will take kind of a pencil brush or a crease brush, whichever is convenient for you. And I'm going with Moho. This is a beautiful chocolate shade, dark chocolate shade. And I'm applying to outer corner. Just spreading a little bit and I'm going a little bit up. This is very, very beautiful shade, extremely beautiful. And I will apply this shade in a corner. Like so. I'm creating the angle here. Pulling it up to my end of the brow. I think it's already beautiful. I'm this kind of person which is really good with hollow eyes. It's really my makeup. You can go a little bit here to the low lash line because you will go with the same mirroring your upper painting on the lower lids. Okay, now I'm gonna take another brush. Again, it's kind of pencil brush, but again, not the short one, kind of long one, and I'm going to inside job. Inside job, it's kind of beautiful teal, dark teal color, kind of green teal, and I'm dabbing to it, and I'm creating another shade here. These two shades, just such a beautiful match. This chocolate, dark chocolate, with another smaller brush. I'm going to go with metallic shade to create this effect. I'm going to Trickery. This is a metallic, this one, the metallic, also kind of green, dark green shade. So I would like to apply it on the edges and a little bit there, not much. It would just help for the gradient to make it smooth and interesting. But I don't want to cover another color, the green, the deepened teal one. And now I'm going to power cut with my finger, and I'm going to apply it to the center of my lid. Like so. And now I would like to soften the edges where I was creating everything. And soften the edges, we are going with very soft brush. This is Wayne Goss, is gonna be actually 19, the same brush we were used for the transition shade, and we soften a little bit here. I will take the brush which I was applying the green inside the job. I deepen a little bit again into the shade and just would like to blend here the edges a little bit so that would be smoother and better blended. And we're going to the lower lash line with the same idea. The dark chocolate is going to the underneath in this area, and we deepen it very well, and right here. And slightly here. Like so. The next step is inside job. I am taking the just on the tip and going to as close as possible to the lash line. Because I want the color goes gradually down, not like a full pigmentation the whole area. I would like to take even smaller brush and maybe and go to the lash line as close as possible. And now on the lower lash line I would like to apply a little bit of diversion and pretty roughly like so, so the green will mix as well and create a nice gradient. And fill the gaps because the dip of this shade is very close to the darkest shade but still lighter than them. Because if I go with the silvery shade right away, it might be a little bit a gap. I don't want that. And I want smoother gradient here. We're not creating tears. Because sometimes this kind of effect might create a teary effect, which we don't want. And now we are going with the lightest shade, Power Cut. And with the Power Cut, I'm taking the only brush I'm always using for the inner corner. I'm going to with the lightest shade, with the silvery one, Power Cut, right here. With just a little bit enhance this area. And I need to blend it here as better as possible. On the lower lash line, on the inner rim, I would like to go with a little bit brighter tone. Then the eyeshadows, and I will take a pencil. I have two from Sephora. One is more bluish and another one is more green, but I feel that the blue one is kind of teal color. It's dark teal color. It's not still green, so I will go with the blue one. I think it's the best match to this eye look, and I just would like to brighten a little bit inner rim. So this is a Sephora pencils. They are going very, very smooth. Amazing. I love it. In a corner, I would like to go with something from the big palette from Jaclyn Hill. The Jaclyn Hill palette Morphe. It's the popular one. This is the one. I probably will go with some lighter shade in the inner corner. Let me check what I would like to go with. The names are on the back of the cardboard, so I'll just show you what is the shade I'm gonna go with. I probably will go with this shade, and with my favorite brush I'm using always. Let me try. Yeah, I think it worked. Yeah, I don't want to go brighter or lighter here. The Indian Gold is an incredibly beautiful color from Natasha Denona palette. I love it to use it for inner corner. It's not that light. It's softer and it's really nice. So I think this one reminds me, and this is what I wanted to use here. So I feel the look is done, so I just want to enhance a little bit right here to even the edges. I will remove excess of the powder. I'm gonna use some blush and contouring, some bronzer, my favorite bronzer. I have two favorite bronzers. One is Hourglass. The color is amazing. You can use it just with your closed eyes and it's gonna be the perfect. And the Natasha Denona one, which you have to use it with the open eyes because it matched many skin tones, and if you're applying for the fair skin tone you have to be more careful with that color. Okay, just want to soften it a little bit. I think I haven't applied I didn't set the foundation with the powder. That's why the payoff right now is coming pretty strong of the bronzer, but if you set it, it's not gonna be that harsh, but we will correct the situation a little bit. I'm applying to my jawline bronzer. Yeah, I did a mistake a little bit. I should set this foundation because it's pick up the product, it's absorbing the product, powder product right now a lot, so it's giving you a very good pigmentation, which actually I like to have more control. This is out of control, so we have to blend it very well. At this stage, it's actually a late stage. I had to apply the balm earlier, but while it's not too late, better to apply it right now. So for my arch area, I'm gonna apply this shade right here, the first shade in the big palette, flat brush. Just a tiny bit right here, just to lift a little bit. You see how white is it? It seems like, but it's not that white. I'm not sure that I want this white. I will set it a little bit with the sometimes this white under eyebrow arch area can make the look heavy. It will not give you that dimension which you desire for, but it gives you a little bit aging look. So I'm not happy what happened right now. Maybe for the camera it's great, but to make you look more airy, more light, more sophisticated, it shouldn't be like that. So I would like to blur this effect a little bit. So I will go with smudge brush and with poof from this palette which I used for my look, and just to remove this big effect of this eyeshadow to make it less, and probably even better to remove a little bit of the, yeah, it's better. The highlight is still there, but it's not that heavy as we need. A little bit bronze my nose, just to create a dimension here. Okay. Before I apply my blushes, I would like to apply a little bit of the powder. The same powder by Terry. I don't want to apply a lot, but I want just to set everything and avoid too much the product absorption by the foundation. And I would like to smooth this area a little bit. Okay, and now the blush. The blush I'm gonna use the one I love from Natasha Denona. There is a highlighter that I'm using. This is very subtle highlighter, which I really like. I don't like to shine from the sky. Maybe it's good when you're on stage, but when you're in real life, I'm not sure that this is actually, you need that much. I'm bringing the blush a little bit up. I'm not applying too much blush, but I want to blend it. It just gives you the freshness, nothing tremendous. And the highlighter. On the nose, on the highest point of your cheeks. A little bit on the brow area arch, on the chin a little bit, and now on the cupid bows, but I have to protect this area because I have a lip balm there and maybe I'll just remove it. Like so. And now the lipstick. Actually, I forgot about my lashes. I'll do my lashes out of the camera and I'll get back. This is almost the final look. Let's finalize the lips. I think we have to make them as invisible as possible, but still lips. We cannot avoid lips, right? So I think the best color for that is Natasha Denona, the neutral beige, which she named by her name, the Natasha. This is the lightest shade, one of the lightest shade, and let's use that. I think this is beautiful color for this look. For the sake of dimension, I probably would use the pencil. This is This is actually the grayish core from Linda Hallberg. This is from her core collection. So I just deepen a little bit to sculpt my lips, if you wish. So this is how it looks like with Natasha 11 and B. From Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. This is the final look. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like this video and gives me thumbs up. See you next time. Bye.